origin story where I started when it came to music. I've always been, I was late to like music in general kind of thing. I was super video game based when I was younger. But when I was like in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, middle school, I started writing poetry, and a lot of poetry, man. I'm just like, really, that was the only way I could really feel like I could express myself. And it got to a point where my first year in high school, I had shown this teacher, this English teacher that I had, like, I ended up having her on like as in my senior year as like my teacher. But the only thing is, God bless her soul, Miss Servone. She passed away a couple years after high school. But she had the biggest impact on my life to this day, because I had shown her I had shown poems to my English teacher, and she was across the hall. And then I had showed her, and she was such a loving person, super good energy, great vibe, like one of a kind. And she just read my poems, and she was like, if you write anything, send it to me. She's like, you should get this stuff published in a book. I will read this all the time. I will give you any critiques. She's like, I love it. She's like, you got something. And something like that was so amazing to me. I'm like, wow, like off the poetry. And it kind of just meshed with, music. And I just really felt like this resonates. And it always felt right. It always felt good, kind of thing. To get to the sound that I wanted to get to today, personally, I really feel like, and this goes with like a lot of stuff, but trial and error, man. Like you have to try, or you'll never get to a peak or anywhere. If you don't try with anything in life, you'll never be able to break that ceiling, get to that next level. Looking back, I always had, for me, a problem with like my music when I was younger was like my flow. I'm like, oh my God, I hate my flow. I sound so like monotone. And it's crazy because looking back now, hearing my old music to even the music I made like when I first started to 2 years ago to, few years ago to now, it's literally like night and day. It's, you do something so much, you get comfortable. And once you get more comfortable, you like to experiment. And those go hand in hand with the fact that you're still trying. So all three combined, it's like, yo, you're going to break bounds. You're going to find new things. You're going to get to that space where it's like, this feels good. And, you gotta have fun. You gotta joke around too. Cause it's like, like me, like when I first hear the songs that I came out with, it's like, no, that was not it. I don't know why I thought this is the one. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I got better, man. I'm glad I stuck with it. One of the harder songs to really create, like as a whole structure wise, was Voicemail. And not only the song itself, I feel like the video behind it, there was a lot of stuff that had to be like the right kind of treatment. I was up like late night on FaceTime with somebody trying to like really just like, I was playing the beat over and over, and I was telling them like, I need this hook to have a nice bop, and I'm trying to have half of it for like 2 hours. And I'm like, I was just bouncing ideas back and forth. Then I was like, you know what, this song, like I have the whole vision for it, like the video. And I'm like, I gotta look for like the right person for the feature. And that's when I hit up my boy Skull. I'm like, I think you'd be like perfect on this. It's got a nice poppy bop. The song is like, it's got a good catchy element to it. And if we hit it with like a little, like I feel like it's really gonna do well. And then I loved how the song came out. And we actually had probably had over like 10 to 20 different sessions for that one song. Like even if it was on ad-libs, like the right amount of mix, the right amount of like levels on everything. It was that song was, I probably have like 20, 25 different versions of it in my iHistory that I need to delete because they pop up randomly when it's on shuffle, and I'm like, oh my God.